So I stayed with the district and moved into different roles until my last role, where I'm responsible for looking after the operational side of the district. You know, finance, HR, communications, planning and student transportation, facilities, technology, and our foundation. It's my last role because I'll be retiring in the new year. So what does an empowered system look like and feel like from a central perspective and an operational perspective? This is important because at Edmonton Public Schools, we all believe that teaching is a collective responsibility and that the students are at the center of everything we do. Let me share a few examples of the amazing staff who work for us. So let's start back in payroll and benefits. We process 14,000 checks a month with all kinds of one-offs and calculations and anomalies, and we're down to an average of about 60 errors, an accuracy rate of 99.6%. How do we achieve that? Because Michelle in payroll and her staff know that if a teacher's pay is not accurate, or there's an error in their entitlements, or they can't access their benefits, then they are distracted and not focused on their students and teaching and learning. Michelle is empowered to do whatever it takes to quickly correct errors and ensure they don't happen again. And she is fierce and relentless. Why? Because it's all about the kids. Let's shift to Kevin, a welder in maintenance services. Kevin was empowered to work all night and through a long weekend to figure out how to fix a 70-year-old boiler in an inner-city school so the kids could come into a warm building on Tuesday morning when it was 30 below outside. It's also about the grade 3 teacher in that school who asked all 23 of her students to send Kevin a personal thank you card. Well, Kevin really appreciated the overtime pay. What do you think he appreciated more? It's all about the kids. It's also about Lisa, who you're going to hear from in a few moments, who asked to come to the annual Facility Services Christmas lunch so she could personally thank everybody for getting her new school ready to open and for setting up the additional pods and portables when she was bursting at the seams with students. Empowerment's about MIPI, our Math Intervention Programming Instrument. Last May, our superintendent was not happy with how our kids were doing in math grades 1 to 9 and wanted to know what could be done to help teachers. Teachers said the provincial standardized achievement tests really didn't help because it was only grades 3, 6, and 9. They were administered in June, and the tests only really told us what we should have done with our kids from last year. So we pulled together a group of principals, teachers, and central consultants to develop an instrument that could be administered in September that told every teacher in grades 2 to 9, real time, what their kids know and retained in math from the previous year. So this started last May, and he wanted it this September. We involved central translators to translate the instrument into 4 other languages. Communications put together the messaging for parents, teachers, and the media. We got district technology to help the team use Google Docs and share sites for collaboration, and Google Forms and Flubaroo to administer the assessment online as well as on paper and collate the data. This was an instrument developed by classroom teachers for classroom teachers. In September, almost 49,000 students completed the instrument, and our teachers had real-time formative assessment data. Each teacher could use his or her professional judgment to determine which math concepts were well understood and we could move forward, who needed individualized support, and which concepts needed to be retaught before moving forward. Was the first assessment instrument perfect? No, but that's not the point. Right now we probably have up to a couple of thousand teachers providing feedback and crowdsourcing the next version of the assessment.